Jim Whittaker, American mountaineer and CEO, once said, "You cannot conquer a mountain, but rather you can only conquer yourself." Hi lovelies, it's the daily Trend TDT show. We bring you trends that are educative, informative and entertaining as well. We promise you that today's discussion will not be an exception. Kindly stay glued to your seat and enjoy our discussion. I'm in the person of Tete Esther, and with me here to do the discussion are
Mavis Aidu
and Abdul Ghaffari Apps.
So our topic for discussion: personality, self-awareness, discipline and control. So when you hear the word personality, what actually comes in mind?
Okay, so for me, when I hear the word personality, I hear behavior, because growing up I've been told by several people that I have a flamboyant, or let's say big personality, because I'm always everywhere, going here and there. So it's like my behavior is everywhere, then my behavior is my personality. So I'll say the set of traits or characteristics that makes a person stands out with regards to others defines personality.
Yeah, I think so. With me, I think personality refers to maybe the characters and traits that distinguish one individual from someone, being it in a given society. A station whereby there is a social gathering that people find themselves with. There will be someone who tends to befriend people very easily, and there will be someone who will be excluded and will be in the corner. So thereby, that person's personality is distinguishing the person from the other people.
Okay, so talking about character and traits, so most of the time we often say that, hey, this person is exceptionally brilliant. This person has a bad anger issues. Yes. So you see all those character traits, the nature of someone becomes his personality then.
Yes. So we do even say someone is brilliant, someone is this. Doesn't mean that, let's say my father is brilliant, I'm born brilliant. Doesn't mean that this brilliance here as a character trait, as my personality, has to do with it being genetic or
exactly. I think
many at times it can be hereditary, a situation whereby most parents exhibit some sort of personality. It's the environment that you find yourself in. You tend to inherit that. So
you inherit from your parents.
So she's trying to say that our surroundings can also determine or influence our personality.
Yes.
Me personally, I was actually at a place that we never go out to have fun.
So
I think it is really true. So it has really affected my personality.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm not really the outgoing type.
So you're introverted.
Not really, though.
It's very true. We even say that for a man, it's your society that determines who you are. Your society shapes you. So where you find yourself can actually influence your personality.
Not to say, many times there are people who grow up in the slums, okay? It tends to influence their personality. Okay. And there are people who grow up in serene places. That one too tends to influence their
yes,
personality.
that's very true.
Sometimes they are very calm. They don't even talk much or behave in a rude manner. But those who most of the times they are found in the slums, because of the hard life and the harsh life, they tend to be very, very harsh and very strong.
Yeah, that's very and also something influencing your personality can be something that you practice over a period of time, experience that you gain. Imagine being a teacher. Every day you go to class, you talk. Every day you go to class, you talk. By the time you realize, when you are even standing outside, you are still talking.
So then you are saying that personality is not just something that the person exhibits for just this short period of time, but rather something that has been.
Many times some people fail to determine the personality they are. They don't really focus on how they behave on sometimes. Okay, so maybe a long time observation, you can determine the kind of personality that you are.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think there is this group of personality that I know. Okay, they tend to be very sensitive, very sad, and very socially withdrawn. Okay, they put the emotions of others first as they themselves. Okay, many a times when there is the minutest thing that you say, they find themselves to be offended. Me myself, I find myself in that
really?
I take words very seriously. You can have a discussion with me, I'll go and sit down and I'll be reminiscing about your words.
Like this, we have to really
be careful with them.
I choose my words very properly. So if you don't choose your words properly, I tend to be getting offended.
Sometimes we might not even know whether we are hurting them.
Yes, and they won't let you.
No, exactly. They'll just be confined and they are.
Yes, and those people, I think they are the melancholic people, very much. And those that are closer to the melancholic, let's say a little bit far, we call them the choleric people. With them, they are driven by motivation. They always want to do something very ambitious. And due to that, you know that if a person is ambitious, we get close to them, we think they are aggressive. We think they are too much, or let's say they are perfectionists because
Talking
they want
about
everything
perfectionists,
to go
I
their
know
way.
that choleric people have bad temper issues.
They are very aggressive.
So why do you then term them as perfectionists?
Oh, I would say you are a perfectionist in the sense that you yourself, with regards to your behavior, you don't really care that much. But everything, you want everything to be on point
They
for you.
want everything to go
should
as
go
they've
your way.
planned.
So that
and most of
becomes
the time, they
their-
are being selected as leaders because
Yes.
of their behaviors
Their
and stuff.
ability to
But I
control
think
and all
the fact that they are aggressive and their temper issues is something.
It's something that we have to
No one is
deal
perfect,
with.
so
Yeah,
that's
their
their
shortfall, let's say their
shortcomings.
flaws. And there's also this type, we call them the phlegmatic. With them, we see they are easygoing, very relaxed, and they tend to choose peace over violence at all times. No matter what happens, you never see them
I
fight.
believe Mr. Gafa is
I'm one of them, yes.
Exactly, and he likes helping people too. I know
Yeah.
those kind of people too like helping, and they are
Others.
very caring
They
as
are
well.
very amazing friends. I always want to be among
Among
like
them.
Phlegmatic
Oh,
people.
They
then
are so
try
amazing
to.
and very interesting. Okay.
Okay, but we all have that particular friend that any time names of dog is his or her name will be.
Oh, Papa.
Abdul Ghaffar, yes.
Yes, even
Why,
if you are
were you-
absent.
No, even in class, all the time he's talking.
Oh, I'll even use
He's
my
always
But it's kind of and when we don't have them in classroom too, we
The
feel
classroom is bored. Yes,
They are
if you are
very
not around,
interesting.
you are
we
not
are always
always
feeling
comfortable. I
their
remember in let's say
experience.
class 6, class 5, every day names of talkative.
Your
My
name
name is there. Just because it's just 4-letter words. YAPS.
okay.
Even if I'm absent, my name
Are you
will
sure
be there.
it's just because it's
Are
four
those
letter
people
words?
Yes, not because I
sanguine
spoke
personality
much.
people?
Yeah,
They
are the
are so
sanguine
they are
people.
socially active. They are fun.
Yeah.
They like.
They are very outgoing and
Yes.
adventurous.
Yes,
They are
and we
very-
just stated some categories. There may be others out there that you don't know of. You have to sit down and check. But I've been following this particular TV show recently, and they always tend to say that you are not showing personality or you are not giving personality. You have no personality.
Really?
So
Is
can it be that there's
that's-
a person
I would
like
really
that?
disagree with you. I don't think that an
Yes.
individual has no personality because
Really?
personality itself deals with likes and dislikes as well.
Probably the person
So-
hasn't paid attention.
Exactly.
Because personality is something that takes a period of time. You have to observe.
To discover.
Yes,
But so
please.
if you don't show it to me,
I
I'll
think it
see
will
that
best
you are
to
not
say that.
personality.
I think it will best for him to say that the person doesn't know his
Yes.
personality, but you saying that the person has no personality,
That's
I
absurd.
disagree.
I disagree.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
for me, I will still stand by because if you don't show me personality, you have no personality.
So if
so are you
shouldn't
trying
be
to say that
stressed
the
to
person
discover
does
your
nothing at
personality.
all?
like as in being inside the room all day along, it's a character
that-
trait
exactly.
that gives you a
Oh, imagine
personality.
you are always inside the room. The next day you are outside. Tomorrow you don't want to be inside. You want to be here. You want to be. You are not showing
that
the
is a
particular
personality.
thing.
That
That's
is
a
how the
personality.
But you don't have
You
to be
fall-
such a
you fall
chameleon
within
all
a
the
range.
time.
That is how it is.
I will disagree. I will still disagree with you.
I too,
And it's very true.
because-
Just as you said that the choleric people, they are short-tempered. But when it becomes too much, like the melancholic people here, you always put other people's behaviors, emotions first before you. If it becomes too much, we say too much of everything is
It's
bad.
bad.
It becomes a personality disorder. Yes, believe it or not, there is personality
personality
disorder.
disorder.
So even when we are talking about personality disorder, what do we actually
So I
mean?
think
to go
personality
into it?
disorder is when like the person has this rigid and unhealthy thinking pattern and behavior as well, and they behave abnormal as well.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
a character trait that is unhealthy for the person, but then many a times the individual is unaware that whatever that they are portraying is unhealthy for them. So they recognizing it and seeking some sort of solutions
Help
to
actually
it will
help. But when it comes to the personality disorder too, we say there are types of personality disorders, but they actually clustered them into cluster A, cluster
Cluster
B,
B.
and cluster C. For the cluster C people, we say that they suffer from anxious thoughts and behavior, and that's when we can find those that are they
social
have
anxiety,
yes.
antisocial people.
Yeah.
And in the cluster B, I know of the narcissistic personality disorder.
Disorder.
Those individuals who do not care about others, okay, they can vividly see that they are hurting someone, but then again, they don't care. It's none of their business.
So those who exploit people without guilt.
Yes,
Can we
please.
say it like that?
Yes, please. They don't have
Okay.
any sympathy. They don't really care about your emotions. They don't know how to portray some sort of emotions.
Whatever they do, they just want
For
everything
instance,
for
it
themselves,
might
and
be
that's
a
all.
friend's birthday. day and it's your last savings, you can use it to purchase a gift for the person.
And
Then
then-
again, saying thank you is difficult for the person. They are so rigid.
They will say that it's my birthday, you have to bring it. I don't have to say thank you to
I
you.
think even when it's your turn, they wouldn't even show anything.
They wouldn't reciprocate the love for you.
Yeah, I would even add that those that we call gold diggers,
Okay.
they can be termed as narcissistic people.
I agree with you because
Yeah.
gold diggers have the intention of exploiting you.
Really?
They just want to take what you
I
have,
think so.
Being
and they
a
have
gold
no
digger
sense
is
of
channeled
guilt.
really true money or something like that or not. Being a gold digger, those that they exploit people for their benefits.
For their benefits.
Is it similar to narcissistic?
Exactly.
I think so, because you
also
just said
think
that
so.
they don't exude any emotions for
I
you.
think
They just want
narcissistic
to
is
take something
pertaining
from
to
you.
emotions rather, or gold digger too.
If
They exploit people without any remorse.
If they come
So,
into your life,
I just
imagine-
take your money. I'm just interested
Only
in
the
your money.
benefit that they will get from
Yes.
you.
Exactly.
And they would manipulate you to get whatever
And I
they
think
want.
we have to stay away with such people. They will not benefit you.
Yes,
right?
very, very much.
I think
All the time.
we really have to talk to them, or probably you have to seek a self-therapy
Okay,
or something.
going through therapy, and they
In order
should
it
be
can
around
help.
people that will motivate them to get rid of.
Yeah.
So a woman confessed to me that they've been married for so many years, but yes, still any time the man she comes out from work, let's say a minute late, the man will be complaining, asking him all sorts of questions.
Just
Where are you
imagine.
coming from? What is this? And she says that now it's too much. She cannot stand it. So these kind of people, I'm trying to say is they're paranoid people. They have
Yes.
trust
These people,
issues.
they tend to be creating stories in their head every day. Then they have a problem with you every day. They want reassurance. It's a very bad habit.
Yeah, even just as its name suggests, paranoid people. When you are paranoid, you are creating situations in your head to feed off of it all the time. No trust, suspicions
have
at all
suspicions.
times.
With any reasonable
And any small thing at all, you'll be doing, you'll be
Minutest
creating,
thing, and
you
they
will
want to
create a
create stories
situation
and they
out
want
of
to
it.
create a scene.
Yeah, that's very, very true. I know the conversation is getting very informative and educative, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to your favorite talk show, The Daily Trend. Don't forget that you can get to us through Facebook at The Daily Trend TD Team and on YouTube to New World TV channel, The Daily Trend Playlist. And today's topic is personality, self-awareness, discipline, and control. And we talked about personality. You need to sit down, get to know who you are, and you can take it from there and all that. But before you get to know who you are, definitely you have to be self-aware.
Yes, please.
You have to be self-aware.
That being said, there is a need for you to be self-aware, okay?
Yes.
When I think you being self-aware, you are being self-conscious about your decisions, your emotion, channeling them into a manner that will help you.
So
I think first of all, before self-awareness would even come in, there has to be acceptance. Because you have to
Exactly.
accept who you are. A station whereby you are not accepting who you are, you find it difficult to accept yourself.
Yes, that's
so
very,
that is
very
taking
true.
an honest look at yourself,
Yes.
finding your weakness as well, then
Yeah.
trying very harder to work towards them.
Yes, and just as Miss Mavis talked about acceptance,
Yes, please.
using myself as an example, I'm feminine. I'm effeminate.
Wow.
That means from time to time I exude feminine qualities and all that. That's how I was born, and that's how I'm going to be till I die.
Oh, really?
I had to accept that this
I'm
is
so
me.
proud of you for
Yes,
accepting it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
People are scared because they are of the view now society frowns upon it.
Yeah,
so
they will
are
criticize
And
you.
it
I
was
had to-
unfortunate. That is when people rather even mock at you.
and you tend to have issues.
Yes,
You are not
exactly.
self-aware of
So I
what
think
you are
accepting
doing.
your
Inferiority complex
weaknesses
will come in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very, very true.
So I
And with
think the
you-
acceptance
with
is
you,
very true.
It's key. With you being self-aware too, I think you being able to notice your behavior and how these behaviors can affect your future. It's also you being
I
self-aware.
think also knowing your weakness, what actually sparks it. So I know I have this bad temper issue. So
Yes.
what actually sparks it? what triggers it. So I think knowing that one to help me to develop
and also
it.
availing yourself to accept the views others have of you. Okay, when you find yourself, sometimes people find it difficult to identify their personality, but when others are viewing you and they are observing you,
They're able to
accepting their
tell.
views is very necessary.
Imagine you have a problem. I'm trying to approach you. If I approach you, you are annoyed. If I approach you, you are. It becomes difficult.
But sometimes,
to
I think the fault
yourself.
comes from us. Sometimes how we approach them becomes a problem. So this person has a bad temper issue.
That's
So you should find a nice way to tell him.
Yeah, we will say nega po. That means negative, positive.
So
but that's only in
I
science.
say you as a human, you want to help someone, okay? So it doesn't matter how the person will treat you. You have to first go back. Even if the person pushes you away, you want to help the person. Then you go back again. Mr. Gaffa, I've noticed this.
But I
But
can't be
it's not
stressing
everybody who
myself
is
all
like
the
that.
time. No.
It's not stressing per se. You want to help the person now. So you are doing the Lord's work. So availing yourself for the person.
But the Lord's work every day, the Lord's work. I come to you, you don't listen to me. I come to you, you don't listen to me. How then do you change at all? You are not ready to recognize your fault and be self-aware.
Exactly, but we still have to do it.
And also, it's really important that we become self-aware of our actions. It's really, really important.
With we being self-aware, there is a need for us to be disciplined. They are interlinked, because if you are being self-aware, you have to exercise discipline wherever that you are. Knowing your personality, there is a need for you to be disciplined, well-mannered, obey rules that are set by you. Knowing that you have paranoia or you have anger issues, you are being called upon people to speak with elders and they are telling you something, then you are possessing anger. Then you are
just
disciplined.
being
So to add up to the discipline, it's like you being able to push yourself amidst all restraints. You've been motivated and going forward, persistent. Although it's not like there is nothing restraining you, there is something.
Yes.
But keeping focus.
With the discipline self, for me till today, the moment I hear discipline, I hear punishment.
Okay.
Because throughout junior high school, senior high school, our math teacher will say, if you don't do the assignment, I will discipline you.
I think he was
They'll
not-
say, it's just
I'm
punishment.
sure you used to be a very, very bad boy.
Oh, no, not that bad, but but
But
still.
your teacher was not wrong. Actually,
Oh,
to put someone to discipline is
Yeah,
like to make him follow
obey
the
the
align
rules
the
and
person.
regulations.
Okay. Right now, I guess it has helped you because
Oh,
you
it
carry
did
yourself
help
very
me.
well.
At the end of the day, I'm here. I've gone through everything. I'm still existing.
My
so
mom
it
usually
actually
tells
helps me
me,
go
I'm
forward.
very well mannered.
Oh,
I'm very
really?
well mannered because you don't find me in a lot of places and I choose my words very correctly. She's
Okay.
always saying that someday I would like some of your sister's children to come and stay with you so that you can really discipline them very well.
But I also think that when you become disciplined, like when it becomes too much, it also becomes a problem.
As in being strict.
Being strict.
No,
when you
please.
become too disciplined, you end up being very, very strict, and
Not
that one
very,
too
very
can
strict
pose
per se,
as a
but
problem too.
It's very
Really?
true. Yes.
Yeah,
Because
imagine. They say that being strict here, you are demanding for rules and regulations to be followed.
Sometimes when it's too much, we begin to
We
not
feel
even like you.
suffocated.
Yes.
I think there is a difference between being strict and being disciplined, okay? Sometimes as an individual, you have to, if you want some things to go right for you, you have to know how to carry yourself. Be disciplined. But there are people who are strict, yet they are not disciplined.
Discipline. That is very
exists.
true.
You
Yes.
always want things to go well, but you yourself, you don't follow rules
Yes.
that you set for yourself.
Yes.
That's when there's a fine line between self-control comes in.
So, with regards to this, I know of a man who smokes, but he prevents his children from smoking. So
In this sense, is he strict or?
He's strict,
But
but he's not disciplined.
discipline. Yeah, exactly. He's
Oh,
strict.
but for all you know, he's trying, but
But he
It's not-
himself,
it's
he's
not
not
working.
Discipline is
disciplined.
something that you don't say you are trying. You have to obey by it, align
Yes,
with
exactly.
it. Okay?
No,
Persistent.
but it all ends up to the fact that if the man is ready to stop smoking, that's when he has to now start to be disciplined and put everything in line and work. So the fine line between just being strict, being disciplined is self-control.
Exactly.
You can be strict, all right, but you are not disciplined. And for you to be disciplined, you need to exercise control over your own self, your own emotions.
So control here is like you being able to delay your gratifications and being able to control your behaviors as well.
Being able to regulate your impulses and your thoughts to channel in a manner to achieve some goal. Okay.
Yes,
Maybe I have a plan in a few years' time. I want to purchase a mansion. And right now I have a problem with spending. I'm a spendthrift. So I have to draw a budget, know my my spending limit. I'm not supposed to buy these things. I'm not supposed to buy these things, and see. So thereby, I'm exercising self-control in order to achieve my goal.
Your goal, yeah.
Truth
that's
be
very,
told,
very true.
self-control is nothing easy.
It's very, very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's very
but
difficult. I have this friend. I met him when we were in SHS, and he is a smoker. He started like in JHS, and for him, he accepted at the SHS that he's not going to stop smoking because he tried to stop. Exercise self-control for a month. When you see him, you won't think that's him. Smoking, he has grown. It's not like he's eating.
It
He's
destroys the
eating, alright, but-
individual body.
Yeah, but because he wasn't able to exercise self-control, he had to drop it and then just continue with the life that he has decided to
although
live.
it's not easy, but we can only conquer ourselves. So I think we should try our best to
quite
control
a
some
bit.
behaviors, because when you know that certain behaviors are not in
not
standard
helping you.
to the norms of the society, I think you have to change.
And you don't just get up one day and you
And
have
say-
killed an old habit. Old habits
it will
die
take
hard.
It takes a long
time.
time.
It takes
Okay,
time.
that's where acceptance comes in. Because first of all, you accepting yourself and willingness to work upon it is a very great decision that you are taking.
Yes.
So with time, I'm of the view that you can heal from
You
it.
can
should
heal,
accept.
yeah. It just go. Let's say if you are a smoker, you take 10 bars a week.
So I
A week.
think
You can start by if
taking
today you
9.
take 9, tomorrow you take 8, or the following week still take 8.
Think
Be
little
taking
by
8,
little,
but
we
by the
can
time you
conquer
realize,
it.
you just left it 1, and
Exactly.
you are done. But it's really true. Just as the topic for today was personality, self-awareness, discipline, and control. They are all interlinked. You need to know who you are, know your personality, find time, get to know who you are, how you want to exist, recognize it, work on it, and then maintain self-control. You'll be able to get whatever you want in life.
So I think we, knowing who we are, we should also pay attention to our weaknesses and what triggers it. After realizing all these things, we should be able to discipline ourselves. Discipline comes in when we are able to maintain our focus. Although there might be some restraints, by we maintaining and controlling our short-term pleasure in order to gain our long-term
Yes.
pleasure.
That's very, very
For
true.
me, I would say you have to take your time and recognize your personality, okay? Recognizing your personality and working on it. If there is a disorder or a character trait that is not acceptable, you have to take decisions to work on it. Being it is therapy, being it is finding yourself in groups that are going to motivate you and heal upon it. Involve yourself in such as, and you, the individual, by the time that you realize you are moving ahead, you are not the same person again, okay?
So with
Yeah.
regards to the controlling of behavior, you see, with these people who exploit people without guilt, can
remorse.
isolation be a way?
No.
Okay,
Isolation.
isolation. They exploit
Exploiting-
people.
no,
So does that mean
isolation-
the isolation here? Are we talking about them staying away from people or others? Or
Exactly. So with this guy who sponsored the girlfriend always, and this girl is always not appreciative, but she's always demanding as well. So in this particular situation, the isolation comes in when the guy abandons the lady.
Okay.
Probably to help her to come to a realization that what she was doing was wrong.
So you should
That's
just give us
abandonment
silent
too.
treatment.
The guy was abandoning her.
Let's say he isolated himself from the lady.
Okay. The lady will go ahead and go and do same to another guy.
Another guy.
Yes, please. She would
And
do
if
same.
you don't
Because
take care, if you abandon her, you create another
that wasn't a good
personality
decision.
disorder
I'm
on the
thinking the guy
person.
should have had. I'm always saying that there's nothing in this world that cannot be settled with a conversation. You sit the lady down. This is a problem that you are having. I like you very much. I want you to work on it. So let's join this, maybe a consulting institution or maybe a therapy
You go
session
together
for you
every
to,
day.
Yes,
You'll be
but
able to open
leaving the
up.
person
But
alone,
you
she
think
might
they are
even go
going
do it
to-
the brother.
Yeah.
You think she's going to accept it?
That's the issue.
Because they are not
It
appreciative
depends on
as
the
well.
manner that the guy will bring it up, okay? It's a conversation. Maybe he will say it in a rude manner, maybe in an angry manner. Maybe you say it with calmness, love, my sweetheart, my
No,
baby.
sometimes you will even say it calmly, very, very calm. But the way she will react, you'll be
wouldn't-
like, why? It's very difficult for us as human beings to accept our faults. When we do something really, really awful or bad, when you approach us and tell us, it's really difficult for us
Looks
to
like it's
swallow
their
our pride.
nature.
Listen.
And I don't know.
Mr. Gaffa
That's
is
when it
an
becomes a
example.
problem.
My things are very with him for 1 week. So anytime I go there, first of all, he will talk to you very nice, and you make the payment. I'll go back. I'm coming from
no,
my
no,
thing.
no.
Oh, mate,
For this
he'll
one-
talk to you in a very calm manner.
Okay, yes, that's
all the
very, very
time-
true.
At the
If
end
the
of the
more that
day,
he won't give you
he
your
will
thing,
do
and
it
you
right.
feel that he will do it.
He will do it,
definitely,
and I
but
think
then
that is-
I think
it's
your ability
good.
to communicate too is very necessary, because he's always communicating good with the customers. So
Okay.
even if you need a thing urgently, the way he will say it,
Say-
You
go
end
back.
up becoming
Okay,
calm
so-
and relaxing
Yes,
and
please.
waiting for it
If
to
you,
come.
at the end of the day, he will change, then I think it's good.
Yo, but sometimes too, when you try to talk to the person is not realizing he or she is at fault. The best thing to do is to leave the person alone.
Okay.
Yes, the best thing to do is to leave the person alone.
Don't
I
you think
remember
you are neglecting the person?
Oh, not necessarily neglecting. I've had a friend like that, a guy. He starting with the friendship and everything. He was very immature with certain issues. How we play, you approach him and tell him, he'll get annoyed.
He wouldn't mind you.
He wouldn't mind. So I just left him for like a year or
Sometimes
so.
when
Right
people
now,
are
he's
being left
recognizing
alone-
his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
You get
They
to
are being-
meditate.
I
Yes.
pity
Work on
that situation. I'm of the view you can let the person succumb to suicide or maybe
Oh,
like
no.
anything, because individuals we need each other. Okay, so leaving the person there, I don't.
Here lies the
think that one
case.
is-
You have a problem. I'm trying my best to help you, and you're not ready to listen to me. So I leave you alone.
Yet, so it's not like you are leaving you are neglecting the person. You know the person's
You can
personality.
constantly be checking up on the person.
Yes, just be checking up on the person, but you wouldn't be as tight as you were before. Just to leave him
There
to
will be
think.
this gap in between. You are giving the
Yes.
person space.
Space,
rather.
exactly.
Yeah, let's say you are giving him silent treatment for him to be self-aware
I don't believe
that what
that
he's
silent.
doing.
I do believe.
No,
I
for
don't
me,
believe.
I do believe.
I'm of the view it's a childish act.
Really? No.
Sometimes it needs to happen for people to
Exactly.
realize their faults.
Sometimes you just have to observe people and to see if they would really change.
Just imagine let's say a sanguine person. The person is always talking, very, very, very a talker all the time. The person is talking. Now you offend a sanguine person. The best thing a sanguine person will do is to give you the silent treatment.
So you
You'll be
see
like-
how you will feel.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, why
But
is he not talking?
No, you are
Normally
supposed
he
to tell
talks.
the person you've offended me. This is something that has
Oh,
happened.
you can, but sometimes the silence also works.
It works.
But there are such people that you can give them silent treatment, and by the time that you realize you guys are never talking again, they will never come back.
You see, so these people
That's
really.
so
Me
true.
for one, I think I would do the same, because
Oh,
especially
really?
whereby I know I've
Meaning
not
you
done
never
anything,
change.
and you are
That's
giving me
so
silent
true.
treatment.
That's so
I
true.
might
But
as
you
well
have
enjoy
to.
my space and be on.
You
no,
really
but
have
still,
to,
you
because
have to
me,
work on that.
I normally use that silence
it will depend
treatment.
on the relationship you have with the person. Maybe it's worth it, and this person is giving me a silent treatment. I might as well go and talk to this person and know what has happened. It depends on the relationship you have.
That's
with the
when it
person.
still comes to you knowing the person's personality.
Okay.
If I know that if I give you the silent treatment, you run away and leave me. Think of how your personality is. I'll try to approach you.
So
and
knowing
talk
the
to you.
person's personality, you see, we have these people that by face they are very calm, but when you step on them,
Oh my goodness.
they won't forgive you.
Yes, you'll be like, oh, he's so innocent. He looks
You
so
try him
calm.
and see.
But trouble. Just tempt him and see. And some too, when you see them, you'll be like, the person talks a lot. The person is everywhere, but most of the times it's an introvert. The person doesn't even talk at all.
Okay, with that being said, our topic for today has been personality, self-awareness, discipline, and control. I hope you enjoyed a lot of things and you are giving your time to determine your personality. In as much as time will not permit us to go further today, we would like to end here. Yet I will urge you all to keep following us on our social media platform. That is on YouTube at The New World TV at The Daily Trend Playlist, and on Facebook, The Daily Trend at The Daily Trend TDT. Don't forget to catch the repeat on Saturdays at 4:15 p.m. See you same time next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.